Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to make a ham and cheese crescent roll square recipe. I've made this before and we really like it. It's very similar to a Cuban sandwich, or so we think. So we're going to go ahead, and this is made with crescent rolls. So I've already taken the crescent roll, 1 tube of that, and rolled it out on some foil and on baking sheet. And you need to spray that down. We also need to go ahead and preheat our oven to 375. So that's really important. Now I'm going to be making 2, so some of these measurements may seem a little bit too much, but it's because I'm going to split this. So here's a 1/2 cup of just coarsely chopped banana peppers. You can use hot or mild, it doesn't matter. I went ahead and chopped those up. We're going to need about 1/2 cup of mayo, 1/4 cup for each baking sheet. Put a little bit extra on that. Mustard, 2 tablespoons. Okay. You're going to need a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of onion powder. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Let's take a little bit of that and throw the rest out. Okay, a little bit of chili powder. Not much, just a couple little pinches. If I can get it out. And some black pepper. Like I said, 1/2 of it goes on this one that I'm going to show you, and the rest of this will go on another one that I'm making, that I'll make off camera. All right, make sure this is good and combined. I'll remove everything out of the way so you can see. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to add our provolone cheese. I need about 6 slices. And you can use ham off the bone. That's probably the best. But you also can do just regular lunch meat. I've done both, so this is not a problem. So you can do 6 or 8 slices. I'm just going to do 6 to ensure I have enough for both. And then I'm going to get my Black Forest ham. So we're just going to do a layer. And you can do more, it's fine. Probably going to do about 12 slices or so, give or take. All right, and then you're going to take your little mustard mayo concoction that you've got here. Like I said, we're only going to use 1/2. We'll kind of spread it a little bit. Spread it out a little bit, and then we're going to add another 6 slices of provolone. You could do more, but I'm only going to do 6. There we go. Then you're going to take another crescent roll, 2 crescent rolls. We're going to put this over the top. And you can't forget to poke holes in it either. Let me get this out of the package. Okay. So, it doesn't have to be perfect or anything. Kind of spread it out a little bit. Okay. Now, poke little holes. Before I would try to like seal it and everything else. Now it'll be fine. I'm gonna cut into it like a cake or pie or whatever. So, all right. So what we're gonna do is that you're gonna bake this for about 25 minutes at 375 degrees. Then after 25 minutes, we're gonna take it out. I'm going to brush some butter with some Italian herbs, dried Italian herbs in it, over the top, and then we're gonna put it in for another 15 minutes. It really, just a big old sandwich. But I'll come back here for that process as well. So I'll see you back here after our 25 minutes is up and we have to add the butter. Okay, y'all. So I melted some butter and I'm adding some Italian seasoning in right now. Some dry Italian seasoning. I've cooked this just a little bit too much. You don't want it this brown before you put the butter on. So I'm gonna have to watch it carefully. But you just take your herb butter, you brush it over the top. It's really easy and simple. It's not much to it at all. It's an oven baked sandwich, basically. But you're gonna cut these into squares, like I said, when you serve. And I just brush all the way around as well. Get a little bit of the butter everywhere. And then go back through these seams, make sure you have plenty there too. And another 15 minutes and it'll be ready. I'm gonna take it out of the oven and then I'll show you the finished product. Be back here in 15. Okay, y'all. So finished product here. Maybe I can pick this up and show you without it falling apart. See that? Isn't that great? There's our sauce. Now, I will tell you that after you put it back in the oven for the extra 15 minutes, you know, with the butter and everything, and it comes out and you're ready to plow into it, do not do that. Let it rest for about 15 minutes and then it should be ready to go. But it's really quick, easy supper. My boys like it. Husband's not a fan, but you know, he's too picky for stuff like this. And you can serve it with anything, but it's basically like a hot sandwich. And we're not even gonna have it with anything. We're just gonna eat it the way it is because it's so good. But I think we normally do some kind of Cuban style chips, but some salt and vinegar chips or some jalapeno kettle chips would be really good. So just whatever, it's real easy. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Hey y'all, welcome back. All right, today we're gonna work on a real quick Rotel sausage sheet pan breakfast casserole. So you're gonna need 1 pound package of pork sausage or breakfast sausage. I've already cooked it, I've already drained it, it's ready to go. You'll also use what we call potato cakes, and you'll need 10 of those. Put it in the oven for about 350 to 400 degrees. You're gonna just lightly toast them for about 15 minutes. Take it back out of the oven. We do have a substitution on this recipe because I am out of cream cheese. So we're gonna use sour cream instead. So you're gonna take 1 can of Rotel tomatoes, drain those, put them in a bowl. And we're gonna add our sausage to that. And what would have been our cream cheese, but now it's gonna be our sour cream. So hopefully all this is gonna fit in this little bowl because I didn't want to switch bowls. Okay, I went ahead and switched bowls because it would just be easier. Now I'm gonna add about a cup of sour cream. Now, if you're gonna do cream cheese like the recipe calls for, it's only gonna be 4 ounces. So I'm just gonna try to do enough of this just to get it mixed together. Go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Stir this up. All right, so take your sausage mixture, set it aside, and then we're gonna work on the egg mixture. Then we're gonna combine everything and get it in the oven. All right, so you're gonna need to whisk together 8 eggs, a cup of milk, add that to it. You're gonna need 1/4 of a cup of sour cream. So not much at all. And a teaspoon of onion powder and a teaspoon of garlic powder. Salt and pepper to taste. I'm gonna whisk all that together. Okay, y'all. So I've already got my sausage mixture put on the potatoes. You're gonna take your cheddar cheese, sprinkle over the top. And it's okay if it falls to the side, it's fine. Your eggs are gonna do the exact same thing. And it'll all come together, you'll see. 2 cups of cheddar. But you can use whichever type of cheese you prefer. And I try to do it around the edges the best I can. Okay. You're going to put this in a 350-degree oven. You're going to bake for about 20 minutes, covered. In the last 10 to 15 minutes, you're going to uncover it and let it finish cooking. And then it'll be ready to go. We're going to have breakfast for supper. I'll see you back here in a minute. Okay, y'all. So this is a finished product. You may want to let it sit for a few minutes after it comes out of the oven. That way you can cut into it. Using a pizza cutter helps a lot. So if I were you, that's what I would use. And that's what I did use. And that kind of helps cut it out a lot easier, and then you can use a spatula to get it out of the pan. I just made some homemade biscuits to go with it, and I may add a side of pancakes to this, but this will be supper tonight. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.